Welcome. In this lecture, we would talk about the latest developments under Down to Earth. So, the first is Saving Tree Initiative. Now, this initiative has been started under the Nail Free Tree campaign, which says that any hoarding which is put with a nail on the tree should be removed. The effort took place in the regions of Pune and Pimpri Chhindwara, and Madhav, who has been an engineer, has been actively working for it. Later on, volunteers have joined, and nearly 500 volunteers are now working explicitly, because in one of the cases from Pune Municipal Corporation, we have seen that the law clearly states that if anything is causing harm to a tree, it would be considered as a criminal offense, and therefore this initiative has been taken. Now, the next is India has all of the sudden decided to stop nearly 199 agromet units which deliver the agrometeorological information to the farmers at district and block level every Tuesdays and Fridays. Now, with the closure of this has been all of the sudden move, but there has been a lot of impact which would be seen. Now, this has definitely apprehensions whether it is for good or bad. The next is the cosmetics that we use, specifically the lipsticks, the shaving creams, are having a compound known as perfluoroalkyl or polyfluoroalkyl. These are actually going into the wastewaters and working as micropollutants. So there has been a directive which has been introduced based on the polluter pay principle, specifically for the pollution of water, and this specific compound, which is known as PFAS, has been linked for major causes of cancer. The next is the various promises which have been made by economic organizations have been diluting for climate. One such example is the US corporation and the major banks. For example, Bank of America said that they would commit towards environmental initiatives, but recently they have reversed back and said that they would be funding coal mines, they would be funding coal power plants, Arctic drilling plants. The reason is they are actually not getting the proper finances through it, and therefore they are ready to sacrifice on the environmental and the social risk. So this has been one of the recent phenomena. Similar has been seen in New Hampshire, the ESG principle, environmental, social and governance, which has been considered as an offense. Corals. Now, corals, if there is a small increase in the temperature, the corals actually detach from the algae. Now, this detachment would not allow the color, and this would be the reason for the bleaching of the coral. We have covered that in a separate lecture on Wilkinson's report and coral bleaching, so refer that for more details. But the idea is there are various alert levels. Alert level 2 says that there is a severe bleaching and significant mortality. Level 3 talks about risk for mortality. 4 talks about serious risk. 5 talks about complete mortality. Now, the next is degree heating weak. Degree heating weak means the cumulative stress, heat, which is experienced by the coral at any specific point of time is important, because corals can endure temperature 1 degree or higher of their maximum duration for a very short period. Now, this higher rating at 8 and above would affect the corals. The next is the migratory species. So far, there was no international guidelines or book which would actually study it, but the recent study of the conservation of migratory species of wild animals, the CMS, said that there are many species which are going extinct and many have been on a declining word. So there are nearly 260 species which have gone extinct and 520 species which are declining. There is 82% of the species which face extinction, and 76% of the population has been declining. Now, there have been various categories which have been earmarked under it. So there is a grim picture which says that 20% of the species under CMS is actually at the risk of extinction, 44% is declining, 82% with a global threat, 18% under appendix 2 with again a global threat, and so on and so forth, right? The next is multiple threats which are caused. They are mainly because of overexploitation, pollution, the changes in the climate and the natural system where they are living. So the idea is to conserve for more, check the over exploitation, have a coordinated efforts between country, check on the migratory species, their grounds, and the rehabilitation of the places where they visit. For example, the Okavango Delta in Botswana, LTN Dala Conservation Initiative in the regions of Kazakhstan for conservation for the Sega antelope has been one such effort. Checking on the wetlands under Ramsar conservation and improving the wetlands is another such initiative. The next is India's budget, the interim budget. Now here the goal is limiting the deficit to 5.8% in the present year and decrease it to 5.1 in the upcoming years. Various allocation schemes to be provided for social welfare and the major sectors. Very small increase has been seen for health budget. There have been announcements for medical college, vaccination against cervical cancer, immunization, but they have not been translated into the budgetary allocations. For the agriculture, we have again seen the important figures. Then MSP recently has been important. There has been allocations which has been done under the funding for Samarth, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandan Yojana for the cash transfer for pregnant females, midday schemes, the transfers under that, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, budgetary allocations for institutions including NCERT and UGC. So what are the 5 key pillars? The 5 key pillars actually talk about social justice, focusing on the outlays, the outcomes of the outlays, marginalized groups, the needs and prioritizing the needs, tackling the demography and the digital infrastructure. Now every 6th person in India lives in slums. Dharavi is one of the Asia's largest slum. The redevelopment of that has been planned since long, but there have been political turmoils and disturbances because of which it did not came into action. The recent effort talks about building 23 stories of building with 2 BHK attached toilets and kitchen to be provided to every family free of cost. And during this period of 7 years where this redevelopment would take place, there would be reallocation of the land to them for a specific period. So this rehabilitation efforts have also been in progress in Katputli colony in Delhi, in Odisha and Bhubaneswar. Now Dharavi's case study we already said, which is home to nearly 47,000 legal residents and 13,000 commercial structures so far. Settling Technologies in Dubai and Adani have been bidding for the tender for the same. The redevelopment is really a good case, because if that comes into true, this would be a remarkable development, because the region has been exposed to numerous health issues and waterborne diseases in the recent. Sangharsh Nagar complex in the Chandivali in Mumbai is another such example. So this model of Chandivali redevelopment plan could be actually taken into account, where the nearly 35 hectares of 300 buildings accommodated 33,000 slum dwellers. The beneficiary has to be correctly identified. The residents of 17 slum clusters have to evacuate and relocate in the 2 stages. So that has taken place in the JJ resettlement colony, one of the major resettlement colonies in Delhi. So those are one such guidelines. And then again, the unhygienic conditions and untreated water are cause of one of the major diseases in the region. So rapid increase and surviving in the slum has become a burden. So this is the figure of 2001 to 2011. We can see how in the urban areas the slum population has significantly grown over the years, and this has been a regional distribution with a very high proportion of slums in the regions of Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, which have been there. Gujarat case study is important because there has been a 1 kilometer designated buffer area, which is the outer ring road as the residential affordable housing zone. The Ahmedabad bus rapid transit corridors are accordingly planned for the same. Also, the redevelopment of the slums in Odisha is one such effort which has been taken into account. The Odisha Land Rights to the Slum Dwellers Act 2017 is one such important land certificate for ownership in the slums in an urban area. Now, there have been Jaga Mission, which is the Odisha's Livable Habitat Mission 2018, Establishment of the Slum Dwellers Association 2019, which includes 11 members of the governing body. There has been a debt. Now, this debt story is really important because there have been various projects for growth in the regions of Africa which have been given, but they were unable to fulfill their debt timely, and therefore this has been beyond the period of 14 days of grace period that they were unable to repay the debts. So this has happened for 3 of the nations, Zambia and Ghana before, and now it is Ethiopia. So 3 of the nations have defaulted in the regions of Africa recently. Now Nigeria is again on a poor standing in that terms. Similarly is the state for Kenya. Now loan funded initiatives have started. This has brought in the Renaissance Dam in the case of Ethiopia. There have been investments through debts which have not led to expected returns as they were considered, and this has created a further default situation. The next is the global responsibility for the debt for climate. So Cape Verde, there has been a debt for climate deal with Portugal last year, which talked about 13 million debt owed by the African nations from Portugal. Similarly has been with Ghana, Ivory Coast, which has been rapidly growing with foreign bonds flowing in. The next is in India, cancer cases have been increasing, and it is believed that the mortality is second highest in the world. It is anticipated that the cancer cases would double by 2050 in India. Now, of the new and reported cancer cases, we can see China has the highest number, but India again has a very high death rate because of the cancer cases. The global scenario says that there have been 77% increase in the cancer cases, and the women contributing to new cancer cases are significantly higher. Now, if we talk about the picture here, the 5 most dangerous cancers of which contribute to 45% of the new cases and 44% of the total deaths are basically the breast cancer, oral cancer, cervical cancer, trachea and esophageal, mainly caused by smoking, oral mainly caused by tobacco intake, cervical by the HPV, human papilloma virus, which is an STD. The next is kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is basically species that belong to cabbage family. In the Pamposh enclave in Kashmir, where a lot of migrants have been from Kashmir, you have lots of Kashmiri specific delicacies that could be seen, and kohlrabi is one such thing, which is also known as haka or Kashmiri saag, and it has been one of the major dishes. The flavor is very similar to the remnants of mustard. There is a bulbous stem and leaves which is more than fibrous, and baking soda is actually added to it so that it improves digestion. It is also called as nool khol in southern parts of India with certain species. Now, what is the beneficial choice? Khol means cabbage, rabi means turnip. So it is a specific species which is very closely related to cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, turnip and Brussels, right? So this thrives in cold climate in India, in the regions of north in Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, and even in the south in Maharashtra, West Bengal. This actually harvests early. Certain varieties can harvest only in 45 days in contrast to cabbage, which takes nearly 80 days. Kohlrabi is around 60 days, which can be seen. 45 days for white Vienna, which is a specific variety of it. It is a cruciferous vegetable which has oxidative stress, rich in vitamin A and C, folic acid and fiber. Also as a source of vitamin B. It is considered as a preventive source for various tumors and carcinogenic substances, and also provides calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, essential for the growth. The next is poverty eradication. Now, India has said that our poverty levels have declined significantly. We have reduced our poverty from 55% to nearly 11% in the recent years. Not because the actual poverty has reduced, but our poverty scale has changed. Initially, the poverty scale talked about income, but now we focus on multidimensional poverty. Multidimensional poverty excludes income as one of the segments of it, and therefore using this matrix we have dropped our multidimensional poverty from 55% to 11%. However, no poverty survey has been conducted since 2011. No income consumption expenditure survey has been conducted since 2014. The poverty eradication is again really important, but Niti Aayog's report, which mentions the multidimensional poverty report, does not actually includes income poverty under it. So the New India Aegis, which talks about poverty-free India, would be in this direction. The next is Jugaad. It is a technology through which we use local mechanisms to actually have an equipment. For example, a motor vehicle dubbed as a jugaad. So a motorcycle which could be connected with a big platform which could be used for transportation is one such example. Mitti Cool refrigerator is one such initiative, where you have a fridge cooler from a mitti box or mud, and then the similar would act as water storage tank. The idea is definitely a jugaad, a perfect idea, but because of its high cost, there has been a poor uptake. There has been various jugaads which have been applicable, but price has always been a constraint. For example, in Africa, only transient phones have been popular, and 40% of the mobile phone market in Africa is considered under transient. Similarly, we have to understand that Huawei and Xiaomi have outperformed Apple, Samsung in India. So what we need to understand, it's not just a new technology, a jugaad, a frugal innovation that is brought about, but it has to be price sensitive, it has to be cost sensitive. For example, General Electric has come up with ECGs and ultrasound machines in India, which are very cost savvy, and they have been redesigned without compromising the quality to be made available at lower cost in India, and have been successful. So similar efforts must be drawn to bring in jugaads in India. The next is some other information. For example, the snow melt from the 12 major rivers is nearly 23% this year, which is relatively higher. The groundwater levels have declined to half since 2000, which is again a matter of concern. There has been the India's first official count of a snow leopard, which was 718, which is one of the important landmarks, with Ladakh having the highest number, followed by Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. There has been studies which have talked about increasing temperature because of reduction in labor productivity of the agricultural workers. Also, talking about the Ramsar Conventions, India now has 80 sites. The new sites is Magdi Kere, Ankasamudra and Afghani Shini Estuary in Karnataka, with Karai Veti Bird Sanctuary and Longwood Shola Reserves in Tamil Nadu. There has been a mumps outbreak in the region of Himachal Pradesh, which has affected a huge number of school-going children. Antarctica population has succumbed to avian flu, and that's again very weird, because it has been found now in the regions of Antarctic. The cold climate actually allows the virus to stay for a very long period. Colombia government declared a natural disaster emergency, with nearly 300 wildfires which have taken place within a short span of 1 month in this year. Also, if we talk about Mexico, there are 20 new protected areas which have been earmarked for protecting the species like whale shark, coral reefs, jaguars, prairies, dogs and so on. There has been a global reporting initiative to update the transparency standards on the documents for addressing the issues related to biodiversity and the crisis for the same. So those were some of the key things that we have discussed in this Down to Earth edition. If you have any questions or queries, feel free to post those in the comment below. I'll be more than happy to address those personally. Thanks for joining in.